Hello everyone, my name is Sam, and welcome to the sort of video that I never really thought I'd actually be making, but, basically, I saw something last night, and I just thought enough is enough, and I've got to make this video. YouTube is killing itself. Now, I'm definitely not the first person to address that YouTube has problems. It has very serious problems and it's going downhill fast. However, it's a slippery slope, and it was only yesterday that I realized, okay, this is actually getting serious now. So, this is going to be a bit of a, I guess a bit of a rant video where I just talk about YouTube and everything that's been going wrong with it over the last couple of years, because it's important to address it. So, the first sort of problem I think YouTube experienced, I don't really know when this started, I don't really know if it was a thing from the get-go, or if, like all of these other issues, it just sort of happened one day. But the first issue that YouTube has is copyright, which has been an issue for so many YouTubers, gamers, and sort of like movie and TV show reviewers especially. And it's a problem that I have faced personally, because if you don't know already, I run another channel called The Casual Prince, where I do content about the glorious movie franchise Arthur and the Invisibles, and the amount of videos that have been blocked and claimed, and mostly blocked. I don't care about claims, but the amount of videos that have been blocked is ridiculous, and I hate it so much. YouTube's copyright system is bullshit, and there is no other way to put it. Because, you can, let's say you're doing a try not to laugh video, and you use 1 second of someone else's video that they are able to claim from, and then instantly they deserve 100% of the monetization from that. Look me in the eyes and tell me that that is logic, because it isn't. That is not logic, that has never been logical, and it's ridiculous. I get that copyright infringement is an issue. I get that it happens, I get that it's terrible. You know, like, anyone who claims someone else's hard work and claims it as their own to make money off of it is a terrible human being. But there's a difference between that and using that content in a way and transforming it within a video to make something else. But the worst thing about it is the whole monetization thing, because obviously it's of no concern of mine half the time, because I don't make money off of my videos. I make my videos for the joy of making them. The problem comes when other YouTubers that do use YouTube to make a living get copyright claimed, and they have their videos demonetized, which they use as a source of income. And I've watched YouTubers before who have actively complained about copyright, and the fact that literally 1 second of copyrightable material means that that person therefore deserves 100% of the earnings from that video. And that is absurd. That is ridiculous. There are far better ways to deal with copyright than that. And it's like, it's not even small YouTubers that have complained about it. Even Markiplier's been affected by it. Now, I'm sure he's been affected by it in other ways, but there was a video that he made sometime last year, I think, where one of his original Try Not To Laugh challenges, and I've watched all of his Try Not To Laugh challenges, great entertainment. One of his well, I suppose this isn't really copyright, it's just sort of, getting blocked and stuff, but it sort of falls into the same category, I guess. One of his videos, one of his old Try Not to Laugh videos got blocked because, in it was a clip of some people in, like, Mickey Mouse, like, costumes and stuff, beating up a guy. Which was clearly staged. And YouTube were just like, oh, that's inappropriate, let's block it. It's ridiculous. Now, while that's like a really stupid thing, that for the most part, like as I was growing up, because you gotta remember, like, YouTube is a thing that I grew up with, and I'm sure it's a thing that all of you grew up with. I have probably spent more time on YouTube than probably doing anything else apart from sleeping. And given how little I sometimes sleep nowadays, it maybe even eclipses that, which is quite a scary thought. But YouTube's become a part of my life now, and obviously that means I have to sort of deal with this sort of stuff. So for a long time as I was growing up, that was the only sort of issue. And then a year, I don't know exactly when it was. It must have been like a year or two ago. They introduced COPA, I think it was called, which is like this thing to do with child safety on the internet. Now, this did two things. Well, it did one thing that sort of caused a bunch of other things. It introduced the made for kids setting, where there was a setting where you could set whether or not your video was made for kids. Now, just having that setting on its own, and maybe just having it so people could filter for videos made for kids, that would have been fine. It was not fine. Because what this did was it made that people who made videos for kids made less money off of making those videos than people who made videos that weren't for kids. Look me in the eyes and tell me why that makes sense. Okay, so they make videos for kids. That somehow means that, what, they put less effort into the videos? No. No, that's not how it works, YouTube. That's not how it works. Even talking about this is making me depressed. But that wasn't the worst part of it. Because obviously it's like, yeah, that really sucks, but obviously, like, I think the majority of people on YouTube make videos that aren't for kids, or that are for any age range, meaning that, by extension, they're not just for kids. So, why does it matter that much? Well, that wasn't the worst thing that happened. The whole less amount of money thing, that wasn't the worst thing that happened. Because since then, videos that are made for kids have had comments disabled. And you know what their justification for that is? It's to stop pedophiles. Now, that is a perfectly valid argument. Except that the disabling comments is the stupidest, laziest, most ridiculous solve to that problem I've ever heard of. You know what? Let's make a comparison. You know what that's like? That's like saying, say, like, gun crime in America. Just for a random example. That's like saying, right, how do we stop gun crime in America? Let's kill everyone who owns a gun. Problem solved. No, not problem solved. It's absurd. What you're doing is, commenting is undeniably one of the most critical aspects of YouTube. Because YouTube is a platform for sharing content. and allowing people to, you know, what you do in the comments, you get feedback, you have people talking, you have people saying thank you for making videos. Comments are for me the most integral part of YouTube, apart from obviously the uploading and watching of videos. Like, literally, I think comments are even more important, like, than the like to dislike ratio thing. If you got rid of likes and dislikes and just kept comments, like, it'd be, like, I don't really care. I mean, I know a lot of people that would care, and I really hope that YouTube would never do that, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, comments are more important. Because there's only so much you can learn from likes and dislikes. Like, someone could like it because they like it, someone could like it because they're nice, someone could like it out of pity, you know, you need to get actual feedback. And what they've done by doing that is that anything that was made for kids had their comments disabled. And you know what that means? That means stuff like your childhood TV shows. Clips from your childhood TV... Ben 10! That's a good example. Ben 10 is a show that is made for kids. However, there is... Given that... like, nowadays, there's not really anything Ben 10 going on related, seeing as the reboot is over, and the reboot was really not that good anyway. There is an entire generation of people that have grown up watching Ben 10, including myself. I still love Ben 10. I'm 19 years old, and it's an amazing franchise. It's something that I grew up with, and this rule, this ridiculous rule, has made it so that I can't discuss Ben 10 on YouTube with anyone, like, on clips and stuff. Guarantee you most Ben 10 clips you look on YouTube will have the comments disabled. It's ridiculous. Oh, but you thought that was the worst thing, and for a while it was. Literally, like, every time, I go on a video that comments have been blocked because it's made for kids, I've just sat there and thought, this is ridiculous, this is honestly stupid. But it gets worse, and this was the thing that made me want to make this video. This was the thing that made me this is the thing that made me say, okay, enough is enough, I've got to make a video about and talk about this. So, I was on YouTube last night. I was listening to some music before I went to bed. I was going through my mix playlist, which is something that I'd only sort of discovered, sort of like semi-recently, that YouTube like makes a playlist of the recommended music and stuff, and it's great for me because all I listen to is like, well, it's not all I listen to. The majority of stuff I listen to is soundtracks, which is great to have a playlist with all of the ones I listen to in. And one of the tracks that was in my playlist last night was Burying the Dead. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will recognize the name of that track. That is, it's from the Clone Wars, from the very last episode of the Clone Wars, Season 7, where, obviously, Ahsoka and Rex are sort of standing over the graveyard of all the clones, and it's an absolutely beautiful piece of music. You know, I could listen to it all day. And YouTube introduced this thing recently, where I didn't really look into it very much, because I thought it was just a YouTube announcement sort of thing that I had no reason to pay attention to. But it was something along the lines of, like, artists now have their own, like, personal channels or something. And I don't know why that is. If I had to make a guess, it's probably due to the fact that half of the time, it's not, because there are those channels on YouTube where it's, like, topics. So it's, like, the topic of a certain composer, where all of their music is put up. And it's like, it's not actually a channel that belongs to them, it's like some sort of auto-generated channel or something. But most of the time it's not those channels that upload that artist's music, because they tend to not exist for a while, it's just other people who upload the music. And I feel like it's something to do with that. But, yeah, they implemented something where it's like artists now have separate channels or something. It's to do with music. And I think you can tell where I'm going with this. So I had briefly noticed this before, but at this point, like, obviously, I was listening to Burying the Dead, and I was just thinking to myself, this is such an amazing track. I want to read some comments and some opinions about this wonderful piece of music. So I scrolled down, and what did I see? Comments on this video have been disabled. I can't think of any other word for it other than stupid, ridiculous, absurd. It's not logical in any way, shape or form. And now, the made for kids thing, at least with that, there's some sort of, there's like it's not a reason, it's like a tiny grasp of a reasoning. Like the whole pedophiles thing, like, there's a slight bit of reasoning behind disabling the comments. You march up, like anyone who works at YouTube, you get in a Discord call with me, you look me directly in the eyes, and you tell me that there is a reason for disabling comments on music videos. Spoiler alert, there isn't one. What exactly? Why is there any reason to disable comments on those videos? Music videos, like, they're a massive part of YouTube. YouTube's where I get most of the music I use in my videos. YouTube's where I listen to most music. And I can't, I have no words. Someone please try and tell me a logical reason for YouTube disabling comments on music videos, because there isn't one. I want to be able to talk. My phone's okay. I was slightly more aggressive than I wished. You look me in the eyes and you tell me that there is a reason for YouTube disabling comments on music videos, because there isn't one. And this is where I've realised that YouTube is going downhill, and it's going downhill fast. Because for so long now, it's just been introducing a bunch of stupid, illogical, moronic rules that have made the platform so much worse. And I don't understand what is I don't understand if they're just doing it to make money or something, to try and I don't know. I don't know if it's like a greed thing, or if they are genuinely so delusional that they think this is a good idea. Like the whole blocking comments on Made for Kids video. Instead of blocking every comment, maybe you should put a bit more effort into the YouTube comment filtering system. Because my videos, you say that's to stop pedophiles and stuff, and like inappropriate stuff on kids videos. Why is it just kids videos? That should just apply to all videos that, like, YouTube should want to eliminate, like, inappropriate things. And you know, you know why I know that they're not putting effort into that sort of thing? Because I regularly get comments from porn bots on my channel. If they were putting effort into filtering through comments instead of just being lazy and going ban them all, then I wouldn't be getting those sort of comments. YouTubers have to go through and manually delete those. Manually. What does it say about the YouTube comment filter system if we have to manually get rid of porn bots which comment inappropriate sexual things and literally have inappropriate sexual names? Those accounts shouldn't even exist. So, I've got nothing much else to say other than YouTube is going downhill fast. The copyright thing was the start, then the made for kids thing was the start of something of the ridiculous things. And because, you know, copyright, you could sort of see where they were coming from, but the system is ridiculous and stupid, and it needs to be reworked. The made for kids thing was the first thing that was just truly ridiculous, and now this is just taking it a step too far. Removing comments on music videos. Oh yeah, you gotta get rid of them music pedophiles. You gotta get... oh, fuck's sake, what the fuck? So, all I want to say for this video is, and to all of you watching, like, I'm sure some of you are asking, well, what can we do? The only thing you can do is make videos the same that I have, that are addressing this and saying that you're unhappy with it and that it needs to stop. But what you can do in the long run is you can be ready. Because I guarantee you that this is not going to be the last ridiculous thing that YouTube pulls. And one day soon, there's going to be a point where YouTube steps over the line. And it's going to be up to us to put our foot down and say, no, this is too far. I don't want to, like, I don't even want to think. If they've just banned comments on music videos, I don't want to think about what they're going to do next. Like, I guarantee you, eventually, the next thing they're going to start looking into is channels that make clips of other people's. Like, people who make clips of streamers, like Twitch streamers, which, by the way, are a massive source of YouTube traffic. Like, for example, people who make clips of the Dream SMP, which is something that I am a big fan of. They have, like, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and it's a way for viewers to stay up to date on what is happening without watching, like, 2 hours worth of... watching, like, 24 hours worth of streams from, like, 7 different streamers. Because it's just ridiculous. Like, because not everyone has that amount of time. And I guarantee you that YouTube is going to come after those people next. I guarantee you they're going to start, like, increasing the ridiculousness of the copyright system. They're going to start, like, if you use, like, a single bit of content that doesn't belong to you, like, reaction videos are going to get blocked. Like, clip videos are going to get blocked. I don't even want to think about what's going to happen, but basically, guys, what I'm saying is one day there's going to come a time where we, as a community of YouTube, are going to need to step up, put our foot down and say no. And I need all of you to be ready for that day, because I don't want YouTube to keep going down this path. It's ruined itself enough already, and it's slowly becoming... I don't want to say this, but it's slowly become I'm not going to say become, because it hasn't got to that point yet, but it's slowly it's on the path to becoming a platform that I don't want to be a part of anymore. Because if YouTube is run by a bunch of delusional idiots, either greedy idiots or delusional idiots that are imposing these ridiculous rules, who is running this site. I don't want to be a part of it. And, you know, it's like, this isn't the same YouTube that I've grown up with. This isn't the nice, supportive place. I had to take a YouTube survey recently as a creator, and sort of answer questions about do you think YouTuber cares about your success as a creator? And I was like, no, I don't. YouTube doesn't really, with all of the, with the combination of the ridiculous copyright system, the made for kids and the music videos, YouTube doesn't care about its creators. Are you kidding? If you want to show that you care about the creators, stop imposing these ridiculous and non-logical rules. So yeah, that's my video for today. I've got nothing else to say other than YouTube needs to pull its finger out of its ass and start making sense. Because it's slowly turning into something that people don't like. And it only takes like one new website to replace it. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen anytime soon, but I'm just saying, like, we've seen that stuff happen before, like Epic Games in the Epic Games Store. That is slowly, very, very slowly, but it is slowly starting to take people away from Steam and over to the Epic Games Store, because there are things it offers that Steam doesn't. And I guarantee you one day, someone's gonna make a substitute site for YouTube, and if YouTube continues to go like this, people are going to start moving away. And I don't want that to happen. But it is the inevitable fate of this site if it does not start making sense. That is the only way to put it. So, YouTube, if you're watching this video, take your finger out your ass and start making sense. Because we're not happy with the decisions you've made. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I hope you did enjoy this little rant video. I just needed to make this video. I had to make it. Because it's ridiculous. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and I will see you on another video very, very soon. Goodbye, everyone.